In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a simple ActivePrez menu from these 6 slides. You can see that I've already set up 2 sections within the presentation, and I'm using PowerPoint 2013. So if you're not sure how to use sections, take a look at one of our other tutorials, or simply right-click to add, remove and rename sections. My very interesting slides are numbered so that we can see how it works when we've actually got the navigation menu bar in place. So I've named them Section 1, Slide 1, 2 and 3, and Section 2, Slides 1, 2 and 3. So they're all unique so that we can see how that's working. So to create my ActivePrez menu, I simply click on the top part of the button. Note if you click on the bottom part, you'll get the extended set of options for ActivePrez. So we're only interested in creating the menu, so we can quickly do that by clicking the top part of the button. We're informed that there's no menu, so let's start one using the wizard. The wizard allows me to automatically create my menu bar by looking at either sections, and that's what I'm going to be using in just a second. I can also detect header slides, so if you're not using sections within your presentation but you've used section slides to indicate breaks within your content, then ActivePrez can detect those and build your menu automatically based on that as well. If you want to start with a flat structure, just picking all the slides in your presentation and then manipulate them at different levels within the hierarchy, then you can select the slide list. And if you want to start completely from scratch with a blank tree representing your menu, then you click the blank button. So I'm going to use the PowerPoint sections, and what this is going to do, it's going to search through my presentation, find that section 1, that section 2, find all the slides within the sections, and then indent them within my hierarchy automatically. It will also pick up the titles of the slides and insert those into the link text for the menu items. So that's done, and that's saving a significant piece of work already, because that's probably about 5 to 10 minutes work just to do that with a simple, very short presentation with only 6 slides. So here we can see that the first slide picked up is the first slide in that section 1 behind the window at the moment. It's linked to the slide 1. It's created the link text and named it section 1, and it's also created a screen tip, go to this slide. We can double click on these and edit the link itself. We can change the slide that it's being linked to. We can change the text which is going to appear within the menu, and we can also change the text which is going to appear when the presenter moves their mouse over that item within the menu. The second slide you can see, and as we click it, it's highlighted in the PowerPoint window behind. The second slide you can see has this marker on it, which is indicating that it's indented to level 2. In the same way, it's picked up automatically the slide title and a default screen tip. Slide 3 is also within section 1, so that is indented there. Then we can see the beginning of section 2. The section has been identified as a new start to a new piece of content. So this is set at level 1, it's not indented. And as we saw in section 1, the subsequent 2 slides within the other 2 slides within that section have been automatically indented. So that's a long description for something which has been done automatically by ActivePrez. To apply the menu now, there's nothing else to do. If we don't require any further changes, we can simply press the OK button. We get the option to apply this now, so we can create the hierarchy, the tree, or independently of actually applying the menu to the slides. So I could select no here, in which case nothing has changed to my slides. If I want to come back in and edit, notice that the button has changed from create to edit now, indicating that there is a tree present in the presentation. Then I can come back and edit the links which have been set in the hierarchy. I'm going to click OK and then say yes, I want to apply that to my presentation immediately. Now, because this is the first time that I've put a menu bar on this particular presentation, it hasn't found a template. A template defines how the items are presented on the screen, where they are, what size they are, which font they use, what colours they use, etc. So it hasn't found one, so I'm going to make it create one automatically. And you can see that it's added a new slide 7. It's hidden, so you won't see this slide when you're presenting normally, and you could choose to delete it when you've finished adding the menus to your slides, if that's what you would like to do. I now have the option to not apply the menu and go and edit that template and move things about, change the colours, change the fonts, change the styles. I'm going to apply it as it is, just to show you how quickly this is to do, and then we can go back and edit the template afterwards. So I want to use it now, and it has gone through all of those 6 slides, and as you can see, it's added the menu bar structure to the top of the slide as defined in the template. So here the template is defining where that menu bar will actually appear, and for each of the slides we've got the names which we put into the menu editor, and the level 1 items are here, and the level 2 items are here. So if I quickly run the presentation just to check this is actually working. So my menu is set to appear when the slideshow starts, and we can change that to turn that off so that it's hidden by default. And I can jump from section 1 to section 2. There we go, section 2, slide 1, section 2, slide 2, section 2, slide 3, back to section 1, section 1, slide 2, section 1, slide 3. I can hide that using the show and hide buttons, and then bring it back onto the screen as required during my presentation. I'm going to quickly escape from the slideshow now and set this so that the menu is hidden. So that's going to do a quick operation to change the way that the menu is running. If I run the presentation again, now you'll see that the menu is hidden by default. So I can still navigate my slides by clicking on them or pressing the space bar, page up, page down. And when I want to go somewhere that's not immediately close to where I'm in the presentation, I can turn the menu back on and jump to that slide. Let's take a quick look at some of the editing capabilities of the template. So I'm going to just remove the instructions just to make it clearer in the tutorial, because I don't need those. For example, if I wanted the menu bar to appear at the bottom, down there, that's all I have to do. Move all of the items that make up the menu bar to the bottom of the screen and click the reapply button to reapply it to the presentation. If I now run the presentation again, you'll see that the items are now, my menu is now at the bottom of the screen. Let's move it into the center, and I'm actually going to group some items so I can stretch them and keep the size the same. I'm going to ungroup them. It's important that you make sure that everything's ungrouped when you've finished. I'm going to increase the size of the item text because I haven't got very many slides, so it's better to make the most use of the space that we've got. You don't have to be concerned about where these items are relative to the horizontal position of the menu, because ActivePrez is going to take care of that. And we can see here that there are 2 separators, which I'm going to make a little bit stronger in terms of style. So I'm going to change that one to black, this one to yellow. It's not a very good looking style, but it's for demonstrating the purposes of editing the template. So again, I'm going to let's just move this button so it's actually on top of the other button. It's in the same place, and maybe in actual fact I want the buttons to be in the top right hand corner. So back to ActivePrez, reapply the menu. Off it goes, changes it on all of the slides. We can see our buttons are now in the top right hand corner, and my menu is appearing in the centre of the screen. And that's a very short demonstration of how quickly it is to apply a menu bar using sections already present within your presentation. Thank you for watching. Do have a look at other tutorials for further information on using ActivePrez.